Buongiorno from our home in Sicily. If you're coming to Sicily and Italy this year, you want to watch this video. We have information about new visa requirements. It's the year of the Jubilee and some major news here in Sicily.
And plus, I've just completed my 265th day on Duolingo, so I'm like really styling today.
And
you may want to get a piece of paper and a pencil because that's just got a lot of interesting things to say about this video, especially if you're coming here. So what do we have going on?
All right, let's start with the importance of Sicily because Agrigento has been named cultural capital of Italy. And what does that mean? That means a lot of attention is going to be on Agrigento. Now, Agrigento, the Valley of Temples, and that area is one of the oldest Greek areas in Sicily, founded around 580 before Christ. You guys know about the Valley of Temples, one of the biggest collections of Greek ruins, even more than in Greece, but there are some other places to visit in that province. For instance, the Scala dei Turchi, the beautiful Turkish steps with its iconic white sand. There's Palma di Montechiaro, which we visited a few years ago with our friend Annalise. We did a whole video on there. There's beautiful beaches. There's San Leone down there. What else out?
You know, it's kind of understated because it's always buried by the famous tourist places such as Taormina, Palermo, Cefalù. You have to go there. Those places that she mentioned.
Agrigento's on our list for sure as a major place to visit.
Yeah, it's a great place.
Now, here's my advice. If you're coming this year, I would almost book your tickets online, or there is a ticket area over there, and there's always guides hanging around if you want a guide over there, or we have guides that we work with. But definitely don't go through the Valley of Temples and just think you can do it on your own. It's really worth getting someone who knows, or getting one of those earpieces, you know, that you can do a self-guided, because there's a lot of history in that area. And by the way, we did a whole video on Agrigento, and I'll leave you a link to that in the description of this video.
The Valley of the Temples, you know, what I like about that place is that for people who have a hard time walking, especially in the hot weather, they have these things, they're like golf carts. And you can get on and they'll drive you around.
But you have to pre-book that. You have to get one of the guides to pre-book that. That's very important because they don't have many of them. And so the park does have. The other great thing, it's not just the Valley of Temples and those beautiful temples that we know, not just Greeks, but also Roman ruins. But there's a great deal of nature. There's almond trees, ancient pistachio trees, hundreds of years old. And of course, the famous goats are there that are indigenous to Agrigento. So it's a great town.
You know what I like too about Greater Agrigento? Let's say 10, 15 miles in a circle around the Agrigento. There's some great restaurants, some great hotels. We stayed at a great hotel. You remember that hotel?
In Shaka. We stayed at Shaka.
No, we stayed one in Agrigento one time.
Oh, we did stay one.
Yeah,
Talk about overlooking the Valley of Temples at night. That is a lovely thing to do. But listen, if you are not...
something verde. As I remember the last word
something
was...
verde, the
something
hotel.
verde.
But listen, if you don't stay in Agrigento and you stay in Catania or Palermo or one of those areas, it's an easy 2.5 hours from each end. So, but definitely a beautiful area, and I'm really glad that another Sicilian town has been named Italian Cultural Capital. The last time it was Palermo, I believe, in 2018. So that's something for you to know. If you're going to go to Agrigento, expect crowds.
You know, the other thing that she just mentioned about... you know, make sure you have your tickets and so forth. Let's talk about tickets in general. Let's talk about train tickets, for example. What's the one thing that you have to learn and know about for train tickets? Because you take them all the time.
Well, first of all, you can order or you can buy your tickets online, or you can do it at the counter. But be aware, there's not always someone at the counter. And not every place has one of those manual things that you can just put your credit card on and get one. But the important thing is that once you get your ticket, you have to validate it. There's a machine there, and you have to scan it, and it validates it. So that's a very important thing. Now, let me tell you, if you're going to be taking trains in Italy, especially, be aware, there's a lot of strikes. lots of strikes by the bus drivers, the trains, and all transportation. It's something very important to be aware, especially if you're planning on taking public transportation on travel out of Sicily. So in other words, if you're going back to Rome or back somewhere else. So that's a very important thing to note, to watch out for strikes and keep your eye on the papers. Now, one other thing about ticket prices that, in Italy and Sicily, still the ticket prices to take trains or buses, very, very affordable. But something to be aware of, that you are in 2025 paying more to enter into cultural places like Agrigento, Taormina, Greek Theater, all of these, the Piazza Armerina and the Villa Casale de Romana, you're paying more than before. And I believe it's like €2 more, around there, more per entrance fee.
Well, Esther, here's what I have to say about rising prices. It's still a great bargain
Of
coming
course.
to Sicily. Come on, are you kidding
But
me?
just
Compared
so
to the
you know.
United States, I mean, I just got a text this morning. I have an AT&T phone, and they have one of those texts. And great news, your daily international rate is going up to only $12 from $10 a day. They send me a text for my American phone, which I never use, by the way, but it's $12 a day now. It used to be $10 a day. 5 years ago, it was $8
So
a day.
things are going up.
So everything is going
Yeah.
up. I mean, it's not just here in Sicily. It's all over the place.
Now, I want to talk about something that is very important, and as of the taping of this show, the official registration has not been published, and that is, you will need at some point in 2025 a new visa to come into Italy. It's called the ETIAS. And one of the reasons that you need this is because they want to keep a closer eye on people crossing the borders. There's also health issues. But basically, you have to go to the website, etias.com, and you register. Now, if you're over 70 or under 18, you do not have to. There is a €7 fee for this, so that's very important. You will be asked a series of questions. Of course, you have to have your passport in place. You also, if you have had some serious diseases, some things in the past like HIV, hepatitis, in the past, you will have to declare that. You will not be able to board a plane if you do not have this filled out and it has gone into effect. So as I said, now it's the end of January, beginning of February, and it has not yet gone into effect. They're saying it's going to go into effect around May. So that's something really important because they're very serious about this. It's been postponed. It was supposed to be 2022, 23, 24, but they're saying now this is the year to do it.
If you have a EU passport, or if you have an Italian passport, or if you're a dual citizen like I am and like she is, you don't have to fill out the paperwork.
Yeah.
And even if I was not an Italian citizen, because I'm over the age of 70,
You're exempt.
I'm exempt. So
And under the age 18.
I wish I was under the age of 18, but
And by the way, once you have this, it's very easy. You can pay online, and you can use a credit card. So that's
Yeah.
the visa requirement.
just another
Tax.
right, another tax.
Or
they're just
another way to
whacking you.
keep an eye on you.
Well, it's basically because of the whole issue of, migrants
Migrants.
is the big issue, like it
And
is in the
terror
United
threats,
States.
and
It's a
terror
huge issue
threats.
here in Italy.
All right.
Right.
So now let's talk about that. If you're coming to Italy, I would say stay away from Rome. And why is that, Al?
Dominus Vobiscum, because of the Jubilee. That's why you get a plenary indulgence if you do a couple of things with the Pope. So basically, there's tens of millions of people going to be flocking to. They've already started, by the way, because
Of course.
it started in December, and people who are going now, late January, beginning of February, it's packed over there.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they are expecting bigger crowds than usual. This is something that happens every 25 years. Now, let me tell you this is really important. If you decide not to go to Rome, and what is it? All the doors have to be open. You have to go through the gates.
Who knows? They have
There
a
are
punch
certain-
list of stuff that
There
you
are
have
certain
to do.
requirements.
Yeah.
I think you have to go to mass. You have to do there are certain requirements for you to do that. But listen to this: there are some archdioceses here in Sicily that, if you go to mass, if you have confession, if you take the body of Christ and some other things, that it will be
The same.
the same
Right.
plenary indulgence. So
So-
there you go. Now, what exactly does that mean, though?
Plenary indulgence means that they have different types of indulgences, okay? And, for example, this is why the Catholic Church had that schism. As you remember, Martin Luther got really irritated
Yeah.
because they were selling indulgences. So if you commit a crime, for example, you went to the local priest before the Protestant Reformation, you paid money, and you got your sins forgiven.
So
okay?
that's basically what it is.
That's what an indulgence is. Then they have two different types: partial indulgence and full indulgence. A plenary indulgence
Yeah.
is a full indulgence, which means that, if you die, you're going to go to the kingdom of heaven. Do I know if it's true or not? I haven't a clue.
Listen, it's a great way for Rome to
Yeah.
make a lot of tourist dollars.
And it's good,
Now,
in a
speaking
way,
of-
it's good. It's
Yeah.
it's good because the Italian economy, isn't that strong.
Yeah, it's,
I
but
mean,
it's relying
frankly, it can use the
mostly on
cashola.
tourists.
And it depends on the tourists, especially in the summertime. So, once every 25 years you come here.
Why
It's
not?
a wonderful experience from what I'm told. I don't think I was there. I don't remember if I was there.
Anyway,
25 years ago, I wasn't there. But,
let me just tell you,
it's a
this
good
as well.
experience to go through if you want to go
If you
through
want to
it.
go and be with the crowds. And let me tell you
Yeah.
that, speaking of traveling, come prepared, because especially like Catania Airport is one of the busiest airports in all of Italy.
Now, it's getting
now
up
I believe
there.
it's top 5 airports in Italy, if not top 3 fastest growing. Millions of people are expected to pass through, especially Catania Airport. So those are some things to keep in mind for 2025 so far.
I just wanted to go back to the whole business that she was talking about strikes.
Yeah.
How it works over here usually in Italy is usually the strikes are not like what people are doing picket lines like they're doing in the United States. They're usually 4 or 5 hour strikes. They're basically a gigantic inconvenience. And typically they're either on a
inconvenience,
Friday.
a headache.
Right, they're either on a Friday or usually a Monday. It basically gives people who are working that's going on strike having a long weekend. But it's people kind of roll with the punches over here.
And you're right, it sometimes does last a few hours, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
they'll resume flights or resume trains or resume whatever. So that's a good
I remember
point.
I remember when Alitalia, several years back, the flight attendants changed their uniform, okay?
That's right.
They changed their uniform from blue to like plaid or whatever. And the stewardess and so forth, the flight attendants, they went on strike for 4 hours. So it kind of ground everything to a halt. So they'll strike over here for just about you have a reason, they'll strike over
But
here.
mainly just transportation was my main point, that the transportation guys
Transportation
are
especially,
always on
right.
strike. Now, let me tell you, something interesting, and we've done these videos before, travel tips and so forth, and we always say, bring 250 euro cash and so forth, just so you have some at hand, because not every place accepts a credit card. And let me tell you that over the past few years, especially post-COVID, there are many more people accepting credit cards, but you should still bring that cash. That handy cash is very important, especially if you're leaving a tip or, a cup of coffee, €1. You want to, you don't want to be using a credit card every time. And there are still some places, especially the fruit and vegetable little side guys, that don't accept credit cards. So, I would say much more in 2025, they are accepting credit cards.
Let me just say one thing. She alluded to tips, right? I read all these things on all these, travel sites. Should you give a tip in Italy? And some of these mental midgets, if I can say that, say no. Now, for me, I would be embarrassed if I had a nice dinner and I didn't leave a tip. I mean, honestly, a tip.
And the waiters took
The same
care
thing-
of you and so forth.
And not only that, but for heaven's sakes, if a guy has been breaking his back driving you around all week, right? Don't you think he deserves a tip? Or how about the lady that's been cleaning your hotel room? I mean, for me, and it's not that I'm a really wealthy guy, I give people tips.
And you
I mean,
know,
something.
we work with guides, drivers, restaurants, museums, vineyards, all types of things. And we know that when a tip is left, it is extremely well appreciated. Now, I know there are some places where the owner will say to the wait staff, no tips accepted, because they'll put something on. Now, when you go to a restaurant, by the way, there is something, coperto, which is sort of like a cover charge. It pays for the napkins, for the water, for the bread, for and so forth. But what is it, like €2-3?
Yeah, it's two or €3 per person.
Depends what town on it.
Tablecloth
But
and
we-
the bread, okay? The
But we,
coperto, cover
as
charge,
Alfred
right.
said, are very big in taking care of our Sicilian friends. So that's,
You know, okay,
yeah.
good. You finished?
No.
When I was home in April, right, I remember I went to a Lebanese restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay, myself and my pal Tommy Duggan. Hey, Tommy, how you doing? And when they brought the bill, let's say it says 50 bucks, and then there's three numbers that come up. How much would you like to tip? 18%?
15,
No,
20.
18, 20, or 30%. So they're kind of jamming you in the United States on this whole tip culture. Fortunately, here in Italy, it's not that way. Now, the other thing over here is this. The restaurants, okay? Those jobs, most of the good restaurants, trattorias, osterias, etc., the people who work there, that's their profession, okay? That's what they do for a living. They don't, it's not a, what is it called? A side hustle,
Yeah.
okay?
I
So-
did it when I was going to grad school.
What?
I was a waitress,
Right.
but I was
Yeah.
went to school, and in the
Right.
United States, a lot of these jobs, a lot of the waitressing is something to make ends meet, or if you're going to school and so forth. But here, as Al said, it is a profession.
And if you go to a good restaurant here and you look at a menu and you don't understand, say for example, what the particular meal is, these people, they know what you're eating. They'll tell you, okay, it's got this, and this in it, and it's like really good, but no, or else today how many times have we gone to a restaurant and she'll say, I want X, and the waiter will go,
No, don't get that.
don't get that. In other words, maybe that fish or that piece of meat's been hanging around for a few days, but he'll say, why don't you try this? And you'll end up having a fabulous
now
meal.
we are very fortunate that
Yeah.
in our basket of goods, we have a bunch of really great restaurants, and they become our friends, and then they really take care of us. Perhaps one of the most exciting announcements has been direct flights coming from some American cities to Catania.
And
especially-
Palermo.
And Palermo, that's right. Delta flying to Catania.
American Air, American
American Air.
Airlines.
So that's
Right.
a good thing if you're coming here. Trust me, there are other airlines that are very, very good, and you can go through some other European countries. For example, I like to take either Lufthansa or Swissair, or for a while I was also doing Turkish Air going through Istanbul. But if you can come here direct, that is great. And I'm hoping that this is just the start. Last year, they started the Palermo, New York direct flight, and we had some
Yeah.
clients who took it who said it was great. So that's great news in 2025.
Let me give you the Alfred tip, okay? Honestly, KLM Airlines, the Dutch airline, Boston and New York to Amsterdam. Amsterdam direct either to Catania or Palermo. You completely bypass Rome,
Right.
all right?
Or
and that
Lufthansa go to Munich.
all go to Munich. But both of those places, those airports, it's not chump change, those places. Those places are good places. I love
Huge.
Amsterdam. They have great food up there, different cheeses. You'll love it if you take that.
See Al's styling hat? You mean Sicily? You can find this hat, t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, all types of things in our shop, You, Me, and Sicily. You can, if you hit the shop button down below. I also put some lemon and Sicily style
Stuff.
stuff in there. Oh, there's aprons in there. The aprons are very, very popular. Tote bags and so forth. So you can find that. You support You, Me, and Sicily right there.
If you want to read
Excellent.
about Sicily, you can go to Kindle and look up my name, Alfred Zappala, and I have 4 or 5 books on Sicily. They're like $1.99 each for
And
the
you
download.
know where I put them? I put them in our Amazon shop.
So
If
you could,
go
you know,
to
they're
Amazon,
good reading. It's a good design so that when you're flying over here, by the time you land, the book is finished. And if you bring it and you meet me, I'll sign it for you.
That's nice.
How's that?
If you go to our Amazon shop, you go to Amazon, You, Me, and Sicily, I put a whole list of Al's books and also other books that you should read if you are Sicilian, coming to Sicily, or just interested about Sicily. I have Gaetano Cipola's books in there. I have some children's books in there, and that's about it. Now listen.
Yeah.
We are starting this week
Starting.
our Sicilian project classes in Agrigento. We're very excited. That's our nonprofit. We're going to have some kids and also adults, so we're going to report back to you
2
about
different programs.
how that goes next week. And what else? We have San Agata next week. The big
Holy smokes.
queen is
There'll be 1
supposed
million
to
people
be
there.
February 4th and 5th, and there's going to be events starting all weekend, up all through next week and the following week. And that's about it, Al.
Well, you know what I was going to say, Esther, is that we cannot forget about our community,
Yes.
which basically supports us about 30% of our overhead now. Okay, our community is
if you hit, there's a
$1.99
join
a month,
button right
all right?
there, and I'll put extra stuff in there or some private stuff only for the community, and it really is just another way of supporting this channel.
It's a
and we
great
appreciate it.
way for $1.99. I know people, we have a good loyal following, don't get me wrong, but we certainly could use more. And for $1.99, that's for a cup of coffee a month, you help us. For example, we're planning a trip right now to go to Mazzalo d'Avallo, which is on the other side of the island. We want to go and show you folks the best pasta manufacturing facility, state-of-the-art facility in all of Italy, all of Sicily, and perhaps all of Italy. 100% Sicilian, by the way. A coffee place as well, and just to travel out there and to travel back is over €1,000. So every $1.99 we get, it doesn't
Helps
seem
us.
like much, but every bean fills the bag.
Now let me tell you that we've had some rain, and that means snow on Mount Etna, and let me tell you, she is looking beautiful. And I want to take you over to our golf course that we have near here, putting green, driving range, to show you this view right here. Behold Mount Etna at the end of January. She's so covered in snow. Here we are in Agrigento, and you're looking at all the little paesi, little towns along the water. And straight ahead, you can almost see Reggio Calabria. Can you make that out? So that's the scene here. And we're at the golf course. I'll tell you what, from every angle, that Mama Etna, she sure is something.
You just in the morning time when we get up and we go on our deck, our breath is taken away every single morning. I know that psychically for me and psychically for her, it's cleansing and healing to our spirit. That's for sure. That's what Sicily has to offer you. It'll cleanse your spirit. It'll breathe life back into you, especially if you're...
It will heal you.
It'll heal you. It really will.
It will lift you up. It will energize you, excite you,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so many other things. So if you're thinking about coming to Sicily, youmeandsicily.com, we have all our tours over there.
Yeah.
And Al, I know people have seen this view, but why not just finish it off again
Go
with
ahead.
what we look at in the morning? Want to say goodbye?
Se bene riga, grazie per tutti. Ciao.
Thanks for watching. Ciao.